Hi folks, this is Gabe with Security Baron, and Arlo is attacking the entire home security apparatus, so today we're going to check out their newest device, the Arlo Video Doorbell. In today's review of the Arlo Video Doorbell, we're going to go over its pros and cons, its design, its feature set, the installation process, and its mobile application, before answering a few common questions and telling you who we think this device is for. If you'd like to get the full details on the Arlo Video Doorbell, check out my comprehensive written review at Security.org. There you can also see how the Arlo Video Doorbell fits in with the rest of the Arlo ecosystem, along with seeing how it compares with other top video doorbell brands like Nest and Ring. You can find all of that at Security.org. Let's kick off today's review of the Arlo Video Doorbell, going over some pros and cons, beginning with the pros. Now it has 1500p, that's 1536 by 1536 high definition video quality. It's got HDR, high dynamic range, and has 12 times digital zoom along with the 180-degree field of view. I can't even actually do the 180 degrees with my hands. I'm not flexible enough, but the video quality is very solid. And when it comes to night vision, it was also really admirable in terms of our ability to see what's going on, dogs being walked. You're really going to capture things with the night vision on the Arlo Video Doorbell. Another pro is that when someone rings your doorbell, Arlo actually calls your phone, and from there you can decide to engage in a two-way audio conversation and actually see the person, or you can respond with a pre-recorded message like please leave the package on the porch, which is really useful. And if the people are not engaging directly with your video doorbell, you can still see what's going on with the motion detection alerts and the activity zones that you can set up to make sure you know exactly what's taking place in specific places on your property. Now, when it comes to cons on the Arlo Video Doorbell, it doesn't have the super advanced artificial intelligence features that we'd like to see. And for the advanced features that it does have in terms of person detection, activity zones, vehicle detection, and package detection, you're gonna have to sign up for a monthly subscription plan called Arlo Smart, and that's going to be the way you're actually going to take full advantage of the benefits and value offered by the Arlo Video Doorbell. Now that we've gone over the pros and cons for the Arlo Video Doorbell, let's talk about its design. And before we jump into what it looks like, let's talk about the things you can't see. Well, the fact that it's pretty weather resistant. It has been raining pretty terribly in Brooklyn the past couple of days, and this thing has gotten absolutely soaked, and it still worked really well as late as this morning. So really big fan of that weather resistance. And while it hasn't been super cold as of late, it is supposed to work from -4 to 113 degrees. And if its rain resistance is any note, it's gonna do well in that regard as well. Now, one thing to note is that it also has a built-in siren that goes off if people try to yank it off the wall, or if you see someone maybe grabbing a package, you can actually sound the siren. And when it comes to how it looks, you'll note that the display is not exactly the most flush. The camera actually does protrude a bit out, but otherwise it looks like pretty much every other one on the market. You have your microphone here at the top, you have a motion detector, but what I actually thought was really interesting is when you press the button, instead of just having a white LED, it actually has white little dots that light up and make for a really cool look when people are at your front door. The back is your typical two pieces that you're gonna have to install into your home's actual doorbell wiring. And on the bottom, you'll note your speaker. Now this is going to be, of course, the source of your siren, and also just your voice when you're either responding with a pre-recorded message or engaged in a two-way audio conversation. Now, while this is not going to break the mold in any way when it comes to design, I actually find it pretty aesthetically pleasing. Well, hold on. I hope you're enjoying today's review of the Arlo Video Doorbell. If you want to be kept up to date on the newest in video doorbells, smart home security, cybersecurity, and more, subscribe to our channel, Security Baron. We're dropping new content weekly. All right, let's get back to the video. Now that we've gone over the pros and cons and the design on the Arlo Video Doorbell, let's talk about its feature set, beginning with that astounding video quality. If you note in this video, I look pretty great, and that's because it has 1500p, 1536 by 1536, which is a 1:1 aspect ratio. And what does that mean? Well, it means that it's actually capturing pretty much every part of the human being in front of you. It has a really solid vertical perspective, and with that 180-degree field of view, it's got a solid horizontal field of view. So it's really capturing everything. And if you want to focus in on one particular element, see what's happening, you can actually do so with that 12 times digital zoom. Now it's HDR, so it's really capturing things vividly, and honestly that applies as equally when it comes to night vision. No matter day or night, people walking their dogs, they do have a degree of privacy. You can't really make out people's faces on my sidewalk, for example, but as soon as I or someone begins to approach my door, you can see their face. You can actually really capture who the person is. You can basically never be surprised. So really impressed with the video quality and the night vision on the Arlo Video Doorbell. In addition to the video, you have pretty solid audio quality with the Arlo Video Doorbell. When you have a two-way audio conversation with someone on the other side of your doorbell, it comes through pretty crisply. We didn't have any issues on that end. All right, talk to you later, bro. And what's cool about it is actually when someone rings your doorbell, it can call your phone and you'll get not only a video of the person, but you can have a pretty easy conversation with them. So the two-way audio, both manually instituted or from someone actually giving you a phone call, you answering your phone like you do any other phone call, are both really solid two-way audio options. Another great feature of the Arlo Video Doorbell are the motion alerts. Now you can get those motion alerts almost instantaneously directly to your phone. You can even decide on the motion sensitivity you'd like to have. But what's useful about these motion alerts is the fact that you can decide on what types of motions you'd like to be alerted to. It can be vehicles or packages, animals, or people. And beyond that, you can actually even set up your own activity zones so you're only getting those motion alerts or those person detection alerts from specific places. So if you don't really care about anything happening outside of your door until someone steps on your front stairs, then that's the moment you can decide, hey, I'd like to get alerts, and you set up your activity zone to let you know about that. So it's a really useful element of the Arlo Video Doorbell is the fact that you can customize your motion alerts. Now we have all these motion notifications and alerts available to you, and if you want to actually go back and look and see what has gone down in your day or your week, you're going to go into the event history. And the event history is pretty cool in that it allows you to filter by motion detection. So if I want to see all the person detections, I can. If I want to see when the dog got out, I can also do that. There are a lot of different settings available for you on your Arlo application. But the real element is if you want to look at your event history beyond 7 days, or you want to get these various motion detections, you will have to sign up for the Arlo Smart subscription plan. Now there are a lot of different options dependent on the number of cameras you have. If you have something beyond your Arlo Video Doorbell, if you have Arlo Pro cameras, those are all options for you. And to get the full breakdown, go ahead and check that out at securitybaron.com. Now, the final thing I want to talk about is the fact that it integrates with the two largest smart platforms out there. Both Amazon and Google will work with your Arlo Video Doorbell. So if I want to take what's happening in front of my house and watch it on my Amazon Echo Show, I can speak directly to the virtual assistant and watch what's happening directly on my Amazon Echo Show. And that's a look at the impressive feature set on the Arlo Video Doorbell. Now that we've gone over the feature set for our Arlo Video Doorbell, let's talk about the installation process. And honestly, it was one of the easiest installation processes I've had for any Arlo product. Maybe I've just been unlucky, but when it came to the Arlo Video Doorbell, it's pretty straightforward. You have to remove your traditional or existing doorbell, take the two wires that are actually located in the facade of your home, and you're going to want to, of course, unscrew this, get it nice and loose, put those wires here, and then screw them back down so that they're nice and cutting. And now, make sure you've cut off the power to your home before you do this so that you're not actually going to electrocute yourself during this process. That's a quick tip for you. From there, you're going to make sure you have a Wi-Fi connection that's strong enough. So for me, that means ensuring that my Google Mesh, or it might be your Amazon Eero or your Netgear, is close enough to your front door that you're getting a nice strong connection to your video doorbell. And the rest is going to be set up through the mobile application. The Arlo app walks you through everything. In fact, the only real thing you have to do after this point is name your device, and at one point it's going to ask you to put the QR code that pops up on your mobile application about 8 inches from your Arlo Video Doorbell. When you have that 8 inches there, it'll actually read the QR code and do the rest of the setup for you. So it's a really easy, painless process. I probably had my Arlo Video Doorbell up and running within 10 minutes, and I'm sure you can do the same. We've installed Arlo Video Doorbell, but let's talk about the mobile application experience, because this is where you're going to be doing most of your interfacing with the device, setting up your own personal customization and things of that nature. And people seem to be enjoying their experience. In the Android store, it has a 3.8 out of 5-star rating. So those with Androids and the Google Play Store seem to be generally enjoying their experience. And even more so on iPhones, where it has a 4.5 out of 5-star rating in the Apple App Store. So let's go ahead and check it out on my iPhone 7 Plus. Here we are checking out the mobile application for the Arlo Video Doorbell. Now with the Arlo Video Doorbell, you're seeing basically the last image from your live view each time you bring up the app. So let's go ahead and jump into that live view by clicking on the play button. Now it only took a couple seconds to connect, and now we're looking at a live view of the front of my home, cars going by, people in the street. And let's go ahead and make that full screen. So here we are looking at the full screen. Upper left-hand corner, you see the live shot. You can see the speaker in the bottom left to let you know I'm hearing the sound from outside. And I also can see that there is a microphone button, or icon rather, in order to actually speak directly to people outside, the record button, and the take a picture button. So I can have a snapshot of what's going on outside. Voila, now I'm taking a picture. So let's go ahead and jump out of that and actually see some old footage. Now when you jump into the event history, you're still looking at the live view actually. You can hit the number, and then you see all the different things that have set off the Arlo Video Doorbell. So anytime a person has gone by, anytime you manually record it, anytime a vehicle goes by. So let's go ahead and check out a person recording. So if I go here, well, look at that. You got a nice little dog being walked, that cute Little Red Riding Hood overcoat. And that was just that person, the dog walker, actually setting off the Arlo Video Doorbell. Well, maybe I don't want to look at the dog walker. Maybe I just want to see when cars have gone by for some reason or another. So what you're allowed to do with the filter with the Arlo Video Doorbell is actually decide on which type of notifications you would like to get. So people, vehicle, animals, packages, even sound alarms. So now look, I can just look at every time a vehicle has gone by today. And so it's Brooklyn, so there are vehicles constantly going by. And if you live in a more suburban environment, probably could be even more useful for you, because you'd be like, oh, what was happening with that car that came by last night around 10? Well, maybe there's only like 3 or 4 cars to look at in that situation. Now, if I wanted to save some of these clips, I can click on the right side of that, and it's going to be a few options. I can click download, share, or even favorite, so I can remember to look at it later. And I can download it directly to my phone. And if I tap on the share option, all of my texting, email options will all become available. And I can even delete it from right there. So it's a really easy process of going through your library or your event history to download and share clips that you have seen. So let's go ahead and get out of here and go look at some of the other elements of the mobile application. So if I go to settings, Arlo Video Doorbell, you'll see that I already have the Arlo Smart Plan. You do get a 3-month trial when you buy the device. And if you look down, I can go to device utilities. Now here you're actually allowed to do a motion detection test, and you can even decide on how sensitive you'd like your camera to be on your Arlo Video Doorbell. So in this case, I have it on high, or I can have it on low. So what happens when I turn it to low is that it's gonna ignore more things that are further away, that are smaller. And if I turn it to high, it's gonna pay attention to those things. So it's actually gonna capture things almost happening across the street, as long as it comes within that 110-degree field of view. So it's a pretty solid motion detection capability on the Arlo Video Doorbell. Now if we go back out of here, we can go directly into our video settings. And this allows you to control the brightness, the HDR, the night vision, even the video quality. You can decide, hey, you know what, I want to keep it on that high 1500p with that 1:1 aspect ratio. I can go to 1080 or even all the way down to 720, which may be something you think about if you're having issues with your connection. But we haven't had any of those, so we've kept it nice and high with that 1500p resolution. Now, something I particularly like about this video doorbell are activity zones. Now, if you note, the activity zones I've set up are on my stoop, which means that I'm only going to get the motion detection for things happening basically directly in front of my home. And I could make it wider. I can decide, I want to get motion detections for anything, even birds flying in the sky. Or I can decide, I want to get everything on the sidewalk, people approaching, my house. And that's just one element of this device, because you don't want to have to just get everything. You want to be able to actually decide on a pretty precise location of where you get your notifications. So that's one element of the Arlo Video Doorbell that they brought over from the Arlo Pro cameras that I really appreciate. Now, continuing down, of course, you have a few audio settings. You have your call settings, so you can have different things happen when you get calls and when you want to return the call. So that's a really nice element of the Arlo Video Doorbell. It makes you feel like you have a little bit more power and you don't have to necessarily answer each time someone comes to your home. So that's a look at the mobile application for the Arlo Video Doorbell. Now I want to answer a few common questions about the Arlo Video Doorbell. The first question is, does the Arlo Video Doorbell require a subscription? And the short answer is no. The Arlo Video Doorbell does not require a subscription. However, to get the most value out of this device, you're probably going to want to sign up for at least one of the Arlo Smart plans. The second question is, does Arlo Video Doorbell work with Alexa? And yes, the Arlo Video Doorbell does work with Amazon's virtual assistant. I can simply port the video from my Arlo Video Doorbell to things like my Amazon Echo Show using my voice and Amazon's virtual assistant. And finally, does the Arlo Video Doorbell require a base station? And the answer is no. It does not require a base station in order to fully operate. While the Arlo Pro 2, Arlo Pro 3, and Arlo Ultra cameras do require a base station, the Arlo Video Doorbell does not. All right, we've gone over a lot with the Arlo Video Doorbell, and you're wondering, hey Gabe, exactly who is this for? And I'll say that the Arlo Video Doorbell is for someone who already has an existing doorbell infrastructure, because honestly, this is one of the easier doorbell replacements I've done. And now you have a video doorbell. You get all that flexibility, that versatility from the Arlo system. Make sure you have strong Wi-Fi, and you'll basically be ready to go with some pretty impressive and extensive motion detection features. I mean, the fact that it can distinguish between people and vehicles and packages and animals, and that's a really useful element of the Arlo Video Doorbell. And bonus points if you already have Arlo cameras, because we'll be honest, the mobile app from Arlo can be a little bit confusing at times. So if you're already familiar with it, that's really gonna let it nestle in with the rest of your Arlo ecosystem quite nicely. And overall, this is a pretty solid and affordable foray into the video doorbell arena from Arlo, considering the device only costs $150, and we frankly believe it's a pretty solid choice for your video doorbell. So that concludes our review of the Arlo Video Doorbell. If you appreciated today's video, give us a like and hit that subscribe button. As always, this is Gabe Security Baron. Be secure.